Stay tuned, Aquarius. We've got some really great things for you here. We've got good relationships. We've got directional energy with youthful playfulness, being there for people, letting go of old wounds. I mean, really, it's very positive, and I love that for you. So stay tuned. Aquarius, oh, I am thrilled to be with you. Thrilled. I really enjoy Aquarius, and I have my whole life. I have relatives, and I have dated my most serious relationships with Aquarius. And so I love your minds. Well, I like minds. I definitely like minds. I often think that minds are much more attractive than the physical essence of somebody. At least for me. I mean, we're all different. But for me, really love that. And I so feel for you guys. Let me explain that. I feel for you because you guys are such incredible thinkers. And you're very forward-thinking and rational and efficient, that there's so many levels that sometimes when you guys go through trauma or things of feeling, you don't let others, or don't feel the necessity of letting others help you out in that area. This is the swords. Let me show you this. This is one of the cards when someone's been really, really beat up. You got like 1,000,000 swords in them, and they're just kind of handling it. You can see that the sun's coming up and everything like that, and it's almost comical because it's like you think the guy's gonna all of a sudden look up and say, "You think you had a bad day?" Well, Aquarius has the ability to just deal with it and not let anybody know about the trauma that's happened to them. And even if they do, and you're so lucky that an Aquarian would confide or share a trauma, which is rare, they would trust you and confide in it. They don't want to linger in it. They don't want to talk about it that long, and it's something that they've already dealt with. There's a level of rational disassociation with it. It's like an aware disassociation, and how they deal with it. So, gosh, there's so many things. So, and the funny thing is that I have like Cancer in my ascending rising, and so when I really care deeply about somebody, it's all mush inside. When I consider you family and everything, like my family, and you're in my heart, then gosh, I feel for you, and I want to feel for you. And then I so have this, I promise that I'll protect you. You can let me feel for you, because Aquarians are like, gosh, they're like solitude on, levels of being able to handle the things that have happened to them. And the traumas in this, sacrifices, the level of for me, the level of sacrifice with that just forward thinking, moving forward that Aquarians do. Oh, wow, you guys are amazing. I mean, there's so many other levels that you guys are amazing at too, but that's something that I've always observed. And sometimes people don't understand you because they think that especially if you're in a position of power or authority and you're overseeing people, they might say, oh, they're actually kind of cold, and you guys aren't cold. You guys are not cold. People just don't understand the way that you guys are looking out for humanity. It's different. I mean, your 11th house, so you are humanitarians, but sometimes people think just because your first thought is not to hug someone, is to give them data and information on how to fix or cure or, you know, even like scientifically be able to remedy the situation. The hug might come next, and it might be like, oh, you need okay, a hug, okay, but it's, and some people might view that as like robotic. They just don't understand. So it's sometimes a little misconceived, because you know they talk about Aquarius with the being an air sign and being a dry air sign, and then also having the ruling planet of Saturn. Like, it's just misunderstood. And I get you guys, and I feel for you guys. And more so as I've gotten older, because when I was younger, I was trying so hard to get you guys to express with me, and I laugh at that now. I mean, it's anyway, but love you guys. I'm so glad to, as I've gotten older, have even more understanding and joy. And also, as Aquarians get older, they allow themselves to have levels of feeling. And when you guys get goofy, it's really classic. Oh, I forgot my give me card. One more give me, give me, give me, give me, pretty please. Thank you. Of course. Of course, it's here again. Oh, that's so sweet. Anyway, let's talk about this reading. So give me 10 seconds to push these forward into position and take a look, and I'll be right back. Okay, Aquarius, let's get started on this. But I do have to say, I wish you could see, I wish you could see what I see. I have these little babies. I got 4 of them right now. I made this studio so that I have this extra large real estate of a desk so that they can hang out. And I've got little Theo here, Daisy's over there. Then I've got the 2 brothers that are cuddling with each other. They're always cuddling with each other. It's just adorable. And it's just my pure pleasure to be with them and around them and to get their energy. And pretty soon I'll have a kitty cam connected so that you can see what I'm looking at if anybody's interested. Anyway, okay, so Aquarius, let's go forward with this. So here's what's really interesting about this. I really like this reading. Not that I don't like any reading, but still. So in the middle section here, we have levels of, there's 2 female sort of characters. Now these are good, like decent advanced characters. We have one that's the nurturing of the Queen of Pentacles, nurturing, mothering, grounded earth character. And then we have this Queen of Wands, charismatic, you know, also looking towards the future, but within actions, intuitive. Now, one is the earthy one. Is really interesting because the earthy one is allowing herself to feel levels of like fantasy and hopefulness and play in that arena of her thoughts. Which she doesn't always do, because the Queen of Pentacles can be practical and grounded and everything, but so she's letting herself be in that area. And then there's this other character here that's the Queen of Wands, and she's kind of deep in thought and really into her hermit and going inside and transcending up to like source and back. And so, but here's what's interesting right now is that there's this interplay between the 2 of them that's positive. So they're right through here. And it's like the inner workings, the circle of that. So it's all good and positive. And just happens to be that's what the cards are offering and showing. So in the past, Aquarius, the one thing it wants to talk about is it wants to talk about there's levels of things with your environment. And then the Knight of Pentacles looking towards this is like a very substantial trying to make sure that you plant the seeds well within this the environment that you're trying to create, so it's long lasting and to what you really like. So something to do with your environment that you're really making sure you put forth the efforts to make it exactly what you want it to be. That's just in your recent past. Now, one thing about your bottom line, your baseline through here, it does say that you have in the past, you've definitely taken a beating on projects and things that you've done, and, you know, some things that have worked for you and not worked for you. And it does look like there's a level of some things, projects or things that you've planted, seeds that you planted didn't exactly transpire and bloom, but you're still trying to look towards the betterment of what has occurred, what has come forward for you in the positive aspect of that. Because it does say within the attitude, it says there's delayed victories here within some of your actions. You've gotten information about that. And, you know, you're dealing with it the best you can. Moving into the future, you have forward action thinking and very focused. But here's what's neat. I like this. You have a level of playful youthfulness that comes into more of an emotionality with Page of Cups here. Page of Cups is more emotions and offerings of emotions, and very youthful in energy, which, you know what? I really love that, because Aquarians, the more you can dive into that and get that, not a part of your nature, but allow yourself to feel that part of your nature, is really beneficial, because you guys don't always do that. You're, like I said, you're always forward thinking and practical, and you know, you've got very expansive minds, but the emotional side of it is always allowed second. So this is saying within some of the tasks and the goals and focuses of the actions that you're taking right now, is more so based upon what is going to fulfill you emotionally. And that's great. I love that, Aquarius. And it's youthful. It's a youthful feel. So wonderful. That aspect of you, you're allowing to come through. Because an Aquarian is a fixed sign, so they're very particular with their way and things that they do, and it's very fixed. And so when they allow those aspects to come in, it's beautiful. So here's interesting. I just noticed this, and I had not seen this before when I first looked at it, but there's something that most recently had sort of an ending for you. This is the Death, and it wasn't a hard ending, but it was definitely a final conclusion to something that ended. So I don't know what that was, but it gave you a great amount of time to reflect upon it. You had the Moon, so you were able to, because the Moon and the Hermit sometimes can go very much so deep within and give you the time to do that. So there is an ending, like a loss or an ending, but it wasn't difficult, but it was something that you thought about a lot and reflected about a lot just recently in your environment. Now, on your hopes and fears, there is a gentleman, this King of Swords. There is a gentleman here. Now, he's a gentleman that is doing well. It showed up in a double layover. So there's somebody on your mind that's of a male essence that's very, of course, we've got the swords here. So we've got someone who is very intellectual and heady. You know, the kingdom that he has is gone through that level. And when he's in his best state, he wants things to be righteous and truthful. But anyway, this King of Swords, he's very positive right now. But you have either it's in one of your relationships or somebody you're thinking about or someone you're dealing with. You have good hopes for him. It looks like he's doing well, but you are not thinking about yourself, but you're thinking about him. But once again, that is something that can be with Aquarians and their level of self-sacrifice when they think about other people. I know very well how when an Aquarian is very much so thinking and putting their directions forward, thinking towards the people that they love, how they can sacrifice. So right now with this person that you're thinking about, you're just in levels of like hopes, wishing the best for them, and even though they're doing okay, they're on your mind. We do have over here, we have that aspect of that card that we initially was talking about. Little kitty toes over here. I love the kitty toes. Little kitty toes. anyway, so we have that aspect come in, but it wanted to tell us, the cards want to tell us that the nice thing is that you are allowing those swords. It's kind of like things that people have done or said to you that normally like did affect you and pierced you, especially down like your chakras. You're allowing those to fall out, and it's giving you a great amount of happiness. Why wouldn't it? When all this stuff comes out of you, there's a level of like happiness and forgiveness, and brings out your more youthful side, because so many things you're truly allowed to let go. Now, even though Aquarians can have sort of a dissociation and like move on, move forward, got it handled, got it covered, moving forward, there's still stuff that they absolutely, certain traumas and everything, can absolutely still stay in their DNA and being held on to because they didn't totally process those areas. But if they do come back around and process those areas, and have, you know, when you see two processed areas, you forgive and you understand, and then you're just grateful for the experiences and you wish well for everybody. There's a youthfulness that comes forward, and we also see that in the sun, youthfulness, childness, and there's a Page of Cups sort of childness. And oh my gosh, do I love that for Aquarians. When Aquarians can allow that side of themselves to feel, I am so happy for you guys when you do that. It makes me so happy. Like sometimes when Aquarians do artistic or creative things or emotional things, they're so surprised when they do it well. They're like, really? Did they really do a good job? Because they don't usually express themselves that way. And you're like, yeah, you're fantastic. You're amazing. Yes, well done. Of course you did a great job. And so that youthful expression and emotional expression, I'm really happy to see. If you're experiencing that and you're allowing yourself to experience that, that's awesome. Okay, so going forward, there's a level of somebody coming in, just look for it. Someone coming on like a female energy. Now this could be a female energy of feminine, should I say? Because I'm getting this can be male or female, of someone who is kind of going to be emotional, and they're going to be down and out and really in their head. There's the Queen of Cups here, and when she is emotional, she's one of the most emotional queens that there is, because she's water and she's a queen. So when she's down and out and really in her emotions, and then she's got the Hermit going on too, that's pretty deep. That's pretty deep. So it might, I was going to say behoove you, but really be beneficial to her that you play a friend towards this person. I don't actually feel that it's going to be you, because that's not even your Aquarian way. You wouldn't let yourself, that's not what you do. So this looks like it might be somebody else that comes through that is going to be maybe in your need to get out of that. I mean, it's okay to be reflective and everything and Hermit, but we would really love this Queen of Cups to turn herself back around. Turn herself right side up and help out of the emotions. And maybe your intellectual part will be beneficial for this person in this respective manner. Going towards the future, it looks like you've got some decisions to make. You've got two major decisions here. You've got so twos and twos. Wands are of actions. Okay, wands are of actions. To make sure we got this showing. Wands are of actions, and then the pentacles are manifestation. Sometimes people think that's just like coins, but I like to say it's manifesting something into the physical. So it's basically saying you're going to have some fresh new choices of actions to take so that two things you want to manifest will come to be. But it's not going to necessarily be easy. So it's common. You're going to have to make those choices. And it won't be easy, but you'll be able to handle it. So those choices are going to be coming up for you in the near future. But I love it. I love the way with, the wands over here and the youthfulness that you're taking towards it, and everything is going. So let's take a moment, and we'll be right back to do, let me go back over here. We'll be right back to do the wrap up. Before we do the wrap-up, I just want to quickly mention that there are 2 videos for each sign. You have your general, and then, hi baby, you have your love and relationships. You also look up your sun, moon, and rising. That's always interesting. If you'd like to book a reading, we have that available at www.ctgtarot.com. For goodwill and prosperity, there's always the support donate button on the website. We appreciate anything you offer. And then, of course, if you want to subscribe, oh, come on, baby. No, no, you be nice. Be nice, baby. If you want to subscribe, don't lose track of us. Thumbs up, comments, we appreciate it all. Thanks again. Happy watching, and we'll be back to the wrap-up now. Okay, Aquarius, so we can see that we've got, for the wrap-up, we've got 2 feminine or female characters or characteristics of people in the center that are working well together. So if you're in a relationship or in business or in family, these people are working synergetic together. Move forward with that sort of relationship and everything that you're doing. One is more allowing themselves to be into the fantasies and hopefulness. The grounded person is, and the action-oriented person is like deep into meditative thought, but it's all working together. Your environment, you're trying to do the steps to make sure that it's exactly the way you want, on your resources and everything that you're trying to create for the long term. You've got forward thinking within your actions, but it's playful and youthful. We see your foundation. You have delayed victories with some information that you got, but you're going to handle it well. Well, you've always been good, and I think you're looking on the brighter side of the things that have bloomed and have transpired for you, and you're going to use it to the best of your ability. Your environment, recently there was a loss or a death of a sort, an end of a chapter, but it was a natural progression of something naturally happens, but you reflected upon that. You're thinking very highly about a King of Swords right now and wishing the best for them. You're going to be in need to help a queen, an emotional Queen of Cups, to turn right side up because she's really in her depths right now. You're letting old wounds, old things go, and it's freeing you up and allowing you to feel more happy. And then you've got some decisions coming up, decisions of actions to take for some things that you want to manifest. Not going to be easy, but you're going to be able to do it. And just take the time. It'll work out. I have absolutely, complete respect for you and know that you can always deal with and handle anything. So as you can see, it was kind of a very light reading. Things are going very, very well for you, and nothing harsh or any big hurdles to get over. So great. I feel good for you, and then we'll talk on the next reading. Okay. Love you. Mush mush.